Alongside the planned presidential handover scheduled for May the 29th, the inauguration of the 10th National Assembly with a brand new leadership to boot is another matter that's keeping everyone busy at this time. Apparently, the politics of choosing the next set of leaders of the national legislature seems to be exceeding all previous expectations in terms of the frenzy and the rush to cut all manners of deals, especially within the majority party in parliament, the All Progressives Congress. Despite belated by certain senior figures in the party to intervene in the crisis caused by the publication of an apparently mistimed zoning formula, an internal insurrection seems to be the most likely outcome, or a progressive worsening of the current situation as the countdown intensifies towards the appointed date. For another perspective on all of this, we are now being joined by Tunde Imolehin, a sustainability expert and member of the All Progressives Congress. We will also focus a bit on President-elect Bola Tinubu's working visit to Europe even before the presidential inauguration. Good morning, Mr. Imolehin. Good to have you join us today.
Good morning, Steve. It's good to be here again.
All right, good morning. All right, let's start with the president-elect. His whereabouts is said to be in Europe. I know that you are a member of the APC and you are a keen watcher of events. How do you think that this last trip, a working visit to Europe, sounds to many Nigerians, given the fact that the president-elect was in France for more than a month just recently? And if you look at it, it simply means that in the 3 months leading to his inauguration, he will have spent half of those 3 months abroad. When you say that the president-elect is in Europe, where are we talking about? And 3-4 days after his travel, no single picture, no single footage of him meeting with the investors that we were told he will be meeting with. How comfortable do you think that this news is to those who elected him and those who still have issues with his declaration as the president-elect?
Thank you very much, Steve. Let me borrow my friend's word, Nicodemously. I mean, that is something done secretly or probably under the cover of the darkness. I don't think the journey or the trip embarked upon by our leader, the president-elect, was shrouded in secrecy. In fact, Tunde Rahman, his media aide, made it very clear in his release about his journey and what he intended to do. Probably, if you have not seen any photos or footages, it's simply because some people have not done their work. As a media person, I expect that you people should look out for him and find out what he's doing in Europe and then feed Nigerians.
Mr. Imolehin, okay, it looks like there's a glitch there, Shaitan. I mean, it was just making an interesting point there.
Definitely.
Shifting the blame to the media, who in his reckoning may not have done the best by seeking out the president-elect. But hey, the media aide to the president-elect says he will be going to Europe. Nigerians were not told which part of Europe, where he will land first, what the itinerary will be. But here's Mr. Imolehin, pushing the responsibility to the media to say, go and find out where he is. Go and find out who he's meeting with. Even when the handlers of the president-elect do not deem it fit, since, according to him, he hasn't traveled Nicodemously. It was announced that he was going on a working visit to...
It shouldn't be a course of investigative journalism for, the media. For every time the president-elect steps out of the country and the media aides come out to say, oh, he's in Europe, then it's now a call for, journalists to say, oh, where is he in Europe?
Let's find out whether what they said is true
whether what they said is true. It should be very specific. He's the president of the federal, or about to be the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So his movement is very important. But I'm hearing that he's back now, so we can continue that conversation,
all right.
Steve.
All right, Mr. Imolehin, so good to have you back. Hope you can hear me.
I can hear you.
All right, you were making a point about why it should be the responsibility of the media to figure out what the president-elect is doing abroad, rather than the team, around him to clearly showcase to Nigerians the success or otherwise of the meetings that he's having over there. You were making a point.
Yes, I was making a point, and I have observed that even before the elections, most people, particularly those who feel that they should know what is going on, have been very curious about. It's not a new thing anyway. I believe that Bola Tinubu is a public figure and is now the president-elect. And in the next few days, would, by the special grace of God, be sworn in as president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He was traveling, and he made it clear where he was going. I don't know why that is an issue. I mean, if he wanted to do it Nicodemously, he would have. He didn't. As far as I am concerned, I'm not his media aide. I'm a member of the party, and I believe that the major issue is what he brings to the table when he's sworn in as president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria come May 29. I mean, I think we have to look at issues as as seriously as possible, not in the manner in which I feel we shouldn't. That's my opinion, personal opinion. I don't think anything is wrong in his traveling out of the country, and it was explained why he was going out, and he's busy. So, I mean, my allusion to the role of the media is that I am a media person as myself, and I know what I need to do if I really am very curious about certain things. I mean, investigative journalists proposes that certain things should be done if you are in doubt.
I don't think it's necessarily about doubt, Mr. Imolehin. And I'm looking at the statement that was released. He said he will use the opportunity of the trip to fine-tune transition plans and programs, as well as his policy options with some of his key aides without unnecessary pressures and distraction. And a lot of Nigerians are wondering why that has to be done in Europe. And where Europe is a very big space. Is it in Germany? Is it in France? And you talk about knowing exactly what to do as an investigative journalist. But why play this back and forth game when we look at other world leaders? I mean, right now we know that President Buhari stayed back in the UK for a dental appointment. They were able to do that. So why are we seeing this difference in communique from the media aide of the incoming president? We need to realize that going forward, the Nigerians want to be able to know exactly what their president is doing, when he leaves the country, and how those trips in effect affect their lives. So do you see some sort of the conundrum that the citizens of this country find themselves in?
I simply need to let you know that as a citizen, I am not bothered. I am not worried, because I know that we can start examining, we can start criticizing, we can start assessing the president-elect when he takes the oath of office come May 29. Be that as it may, I believe that he had done the right thing by making sure that, look, I am leaving the country, and this is what I'm going to do. And through his media aide, he informed you what he was going to do. What else?
All right, then. Let's move on to this the leadership crisis at the at the 10th National Assembly. Now, just on Friday, at a one-day roundtable discussion in Kaduna State to review the region's socio-economic challenges and its contributions to Tinubu's victory in the 2023 general elections. Now, this particular roundtable drew about 19 northern state leaders, and they are demanding that the region must produce the leadership of the 10th National Assembly, given that the president-elect Bola Tinubu and the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Olukayode Ariwoola, are both from the southern part of the country. My question to you is this: do you believe that this is a just argument for their leadership of the 10th National Assembly?
You see, in politics, there are interests, and everyone has a right, whether as a group, as individuals, believing that, yes, power must be used to at least get democratic dividends. So everybody has the right to make some demands. And I think they're doing that within their rights. Just like those people who feel that the North Central should occupy certain positions in power because of what they have brought to the table in the course of the elections. But the most important thing to me is that at the end of the day, it's a party affair. And as you must have observed, most of the aspirants went to the party to seek understanding and to make their interests known, make their grievances known to the party leadership. And I'm very happy with the response of the National Party chairman of APC. He was able to handle the matter. The whole thing is open to discussions. Politics is about horse trading, balancing the equation, and of course making sure that at least you negotiate. A lot of people want to negotiate, to the position of advantage. A lot of people want a win-win situation. It's just about that. There's nothing new about what is happening. It's happened before. And it's like a storm in a teacup. Everything will settle. APC is a responsible party. All this will be aggregated at the end of the day. This is one NWC that I'm very proud of. And they will look at it. And the government of Bola Tinubu, by the special grace of God, is a government that believes in party supremacy, ideology, and of course integrity. And they will look at it and make sure that, yes, it works with the party and make sure that most of all these demands, aspirations are aggregated in a way that it won't unsettle the agenda of government when it comes to power on the 29th of May. Yes, it's allowed. It's allowed. I'm excited with what is happening. People have every right. If you look at the people that are contesting, these are people that are seasoned. You can't just throw them away. They have their rights. They have reasons, genuine reasons, to stick with what they believe in. Then they should be listened to. The party should be considerate, but the party should also be very firm in taking decisions so that at least there won't be any. And I see something very positive happening before 29th of May. Trust me. This party will not, this government will not be business as usual. A lot will be settled. The president-elect is a renowned negotiator, is a renowned politician, is a renowned strategist, is somebody who has done it before, somebody who has seen it all, and somebody who's coming to the party, to government of governing Nigeria with a lot in his, in his possession. So I believe that he will be able to sort most of it. He has not said anything, and he has not even responded. His handlers have not made anything known to people. But we are seeing a lot of things. Just a few days ago, one of the contestants for the position of speaker went to Lagos. This is allowed. It's normal. You can even see some of the legislators. They queue. Some of them, most of them, they have more than one. They have interest in more than one. I think there's a lot happening in the family. The APC family has learned a lot. In 2015, we surrendered a lot to the opposition. It will never happen again. It will never happen again.
All right.
In the Constitution,
yeah,
you cannot... Sorry, just a minute.
Okay.
In the Constitution does not envisage independent candidacy. The Constitution envisages that a party will present candidates for election. And that is what we have done. So the party has been given the mandate to make sure that the country is governed well. And whatever is going to be done, the party would take a decision on behalf of the Nigerian people and would do the right thing. Just watch.
Okay, I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I wonder if you're not looking at it from a rather simplistic approach as far as the politics of electing or selecting the leadership of the National Assembly is concerned. It is not a party affair, as you ought to know. What the Constitution says is that the two chambers, the Senate and the House of Representatives, after the houses will have been constituted, will elect their own leaders. The choices of the parties is secondary. Yes, you can negotiate, you can zone,
yeah,
you can do...
I know. Steve, Steve, I know that is very explicit in Section 50.
Absolutely.
I'm very sure about that.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, that the members, they reserve the right to elect their own leaders. But if you look at what has happened in party politics in Nigeria, you know, you defer to your party in taking decisions. It is commonsensical for you to do that. And that is why I initially try to detail what obtains and how it's going to be done and what you have seen. But I know for sure that there is no decision taken, Alo chambers, that do not normally emanate from caucuses, from internal dynamics of party decisions and what have you. And that has to take place before you go eventually move to the chambers. You understand? They have the right, they have the sole right, and of course, and even the opposition has to, you know, defer to what is happening in the ruling party. So what I'm saying right now is that, in as much as I believe that the Constitution allows the members, who are the members? The members cannot be without the party. The party has every right to monitor and decide where we're going to. And that's exactly what is going on. So you can't, I mean, both are very relevant. Both are very relevant. Both are very relevant. Yeah.
Okay, but the fact of the matter is that elected parliamentarians have always defied the position of their parties. And you will even see that not just, not just previously. I mean, 2015 is not too far. You recall how Senator Bukola Saraki emerged as the Senate president against the choice of the party, against the wishes of people like Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. You remember, if you go back in time to 2011, when Tambuwa emerged as the Speaker of the House of Representatives against the choice of his party PDP, Mulikat, Akode, who was not even supported as a South-Western lawmaker, but the ACN as at that time, including Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, supported Tambuwa, to defeat the candidate of the PDP, Mulikat, as at that time. So my point to you is that we know that APC has zoned these principal positions, and that Godswill Akpabio, a former governor of Akwa Ibom State, is the preferred president of the Senate, and Tajuddin Abbas is the preferred speaker. But there is something akin to, we won't say mutiny, but people are not happy, including the sitting Deputy Speaker of the House, Idris Wase, who is leading a good chunk of those who are coming to the 10th Assembly to say that this is not agreeable to us. If you followed what Shaitan also said, with the roundtable by the Northerners, they are basically, demanding that since the president comes from the Southwest and the vice president-elect from the Northeast and the head of the NJC coming from the Southwest, that they are saying that it is not negotiable to them that both the leadership of the two houses must come from the North. This is clearly against the position of the APC and apparently against the position of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So our question to you essentially is to say that, don't you see the possibility of what happened in 2011 with Tambuwa and in 2015 with Bukola Saraki happening now, that people are openly going against the decision of the party?
We are all good students of history, even including yourself, based on what you've just read out. And I'm not even surprised as a celebrated editor yourself. Let me tell you, the past is necessary for us to live the present. What has happened in the past will enable us to know where the banana peel is and to avoid them. Trust me, Steve, everything that is happening is normal. But at the end of the day, the dust will settle and APC will be stronger. Right? We have, the people talk about Tambualization, Dogalalization, Sarakilization, and so many other what we have right now is that the chairman of the party, Senator Adamu, on 2-3 occasions promised all the people, their group parties, don't worry, we'll look at every issue. And I believe sincerely in that statement. And that is the National Party chairman, #1 man in the party. So why not just, let's see what happens. This is an issue that is not the first time that is happening, but how APC manages this time around is what people are waiting in the wings to find out. So let's see. Between now and May 29 and June 5, a lot will happen. And in politics, 24 hours is a massive one, and a lot will still happen. A lot of us trading, like I said earlier on, are important, are necessary. They happen. A lot of balancing, trade-offs. So many people raising the stakes is normal. I mean, people want to, really advance their own, whether indirectly or indirectly. It's politics. If you're not in the kitchen, you won't even feel the heat. So for people that are uninitiated, I want to say to them that this time around, APC is going to get it right. We have a president-elect that has seen it all. And I want to believe that with God, everything is possible. APC would have a very, very successful, transition.
All right,
from
then.
APC president to another. Yeah.
Okay, talking about, letting the sand, the dust settle, rather. There is an argument for House members to resolve the pressure the party is facing, the party leadership, to abandon the power-sharing arrangement and just allow for a free contest for all. Just allow everyone, but allow the House members vote who they want. Do you think that maybe this might be the right way to go, as opposed to there being just 2 names that have been, at this point, it looks as if has just been put forward by interested parties? Should members be allowed to decide who they want to be their leaders?
Yes. I mean, I just told you what will happen at the party level. The contestants, as you saw, they went to the party for advice. And the advice has been given. Maybe this week, today is Sunday, and this week there will be a lot of meetings that will be held to advance, most of these thoughts. And then at the end of the day, you find out. What I'm very optimistic about is that everything will be placed on the table. And at the end of the day, the party will decide. And let's wait till then. We don't have to preempt. I mean, they are group parties. They have reasons why they are grouped. Some people have worked for the party, and you believe that, yes, I have reasons why I should be there and this person should not be there. Everything will be placed on the table. We won't allow anybody, any group party, to go unattended. It should not happen. It will not happen. And that's why I was saying that this party, I am very excited with the response of the party, the response of the national chairman and his team, and they've done so well. And that's why you found out that, yes, everyone, there's a lot of cooperation among all of them. You see them together. They are not fighting. And this is kind of spirit they will take to the Harlow Chambers on June 5. Trust me. And so let's not preempt them. Let's see. Because it's just like preempting the outcome of a court judgment or court decision. I mean, we shouldn't preempt the outcome of the decision of the National Party, because they've taken a decision, they've welcomed all the people, and they said, okay, yes, don't worry, we will look at it. We have learned a great lesson, Shay. We have learned a great lesson. In 2015, when we won that election, a lot happened. A lot of insider abuse happened on the part of our party. We will not allow all those things to happen again. We will not. Because the most important thing right now is to get Nigeria working better than we met it. And it's going to happen.
All right, Mr. Imolehin, just a very quick one before we let you go. Is religion still playing a factor within the APC? We had lately the vice president-elect Kashim Shettima, saying that the party cannot allow a situation where the president of the Senate and the Speaker of the House will be of the same faith. Is basically saying that they can be Muslim when the president and president-elect and the vice president-elect himself, are Muslims. And people are wondering why is he suddenly taking a 360-degree turnaround? Why wasn't religion a factor when he was running to be vice president with Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. After all, at the time when, even now that President Muhammadu Buhari is still in office, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Gbajabiamila, and the President of the Senate are all of the same faith. Why then is he saying that, oh, you cannot allow this, as religion suddenly become a factor all over again?
If you don't learn...
Very briefly, please. Yeah.
You don't exist.
Okay.
I say, if you don't learn, you don't exist. I really don't know. There are decisions I took yesterday, and there are reasons why I changed them today. And the reason have to be plausible. So I can't speak for him. But I know that if you don't learn, you don't exist.
All right. Mr. Tunde Imolehin, member of the APC, we want to thank you so much for joining us on the morning show today. And thanks for the insight that you brought into the debate.